Alex Hormozi, is he the real deal? Is he a genius? Let's talk about Alex Hormozi a little bit. So this guy, Alex Hormozi, he's got a book, 100 million leads, by Alex Hormozi, and he has another book called 100 million offers. I've read them both, listened to them both, gone through his courses as well. So what about this guy, Alex Hormozi? So let me tell you how I first came to find out about Alex. Well, somebody I was interviewing on a podcast was telling me about Alex Hormozi, and I was asking him what his favorite books were, and he had told me 100 Million Offer. This was the first I had heard of him, and this was about 2 years ago. And so I immediately went and looked him up, got the book 100 Million Offer, and consumed it, and then started following him on social media, both on YouTube as well as on Facebook, and of course got his second book, 100 Million Leads, when it came out. And recently, just a couple of days ago, I saw he was getting some hate comments in the threads, and so I felt compelled to make a video and talk about him. So, hi, my name is Mark Sias. I am the owner I'm a serial entrepreneur. I own several businesses: Noble Notary Signing Service. I own some insurance businesses, and we also create online courses, anything from working in the notary and legal space to just digital marketing in general that we offer. So Alex Hormozi, let me start with the first book. So the first book, 100 Million Offer, was awesome. It was so awesome that I have it on Audible, and I listened to it 3 times over in a row, and applied stuff that he talked about in there into a lot of our digital stuff. But where I think that, so when I saw his hate comments, where I saw a disconnect was like somebody said something like, well, yeah, making money, to make money online, you got to get on YouTube and tell people how to make money online, like it's like some kind of bottomless pit, and that's the only thing that works. Well, not true. Let me tell you about my experience with 100 million leads, which you should read. If you are an entrepreneur of any sort, whether you are in a service business, you are online, anything, you should read this book. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about the book. I'm going to tell you some of the things that I've implemented that would be my favorite things that were effective, but I'm also going to talk about the implementation process, because while this is pure genius, it's not, you don't have the implementation side of it. So what I like to do, and what I will talk about, and if you stick with me to the end, I'm going to tell you about something I've discovered of my own, basically because of using this. But what he does is he gives you the ideas, kind of the template. From there, you've got to put boots on the ground, meaning you've got to take action. And I'll tell you about my experience with the boots on the ground, taking action as well. So 100 million leads, it works great for, near as I can tell, any business. It works great in all of our business offers, without a doubt. So without a doubt, this man is genius beyond his age. He's obviously, he's Jedi, man. He's like, he puts the work in, and he obviously believes in putting the work in. I like to think that some people come to the internet and they want fluff. They want to get rich quick, and he's like, you got to grind. So he's just telling you the truth. Look, if I wanted to sell like courses of mine, I would just tell you how it's just snapped, everything works, it's great, it's all gonna be hunky dory, and life is gonna be easy street. And that is not the case. There's ups and downs, there's lulls, there's headaches, there's frustrations, whether you're making a lot of money, and there's frustrations if you're not making a lot of money. No matter what, that's just life. And of course, business is just an exemplification of life. So, but let me talk to you about what this guy, I feel like I should be paying this guy commission because some of the just amazing things that he has in this. And this is a lot to consume. Yeah, you really got to go through it more than once. Now, I've only implemented, in truth, a fraction of the stuff that he talks about in there. And some things that I've implemented there, I'll tell you about, I actually had done long before I had heard of them, and was doing them with marginal results, probably because I was doing them a little wrong, and kind of picked up what he was putting down, changed the approach a little bit. So let's dive into some of that. So one of the things, so Alex Hormozi, content, ads, books, there you have it. Books are awesome. Definitely get his books. His content, I can pick up what he's putting down. I can relate to him. I feel like he is a straight shooter. Now, he does put a lot of content out there on the internet. obviously to grow his brand, his acquisition company. And lately he's into the school games as one of the ads you might be seeing on Facebook, which is basically for growing the community, which is not a bad idea. You want an audience no matter what business you're in. But let me talk about, enough of that, let me talk about what he has done in our business. So one of the things that we did that we took out of his book was hiring a commission-based appointment setter for online sales. So worked okay. There's some churn, meaning that there's people kind of bail on you, and then you've got to train new setters. Marginal result. What worked great for us across the board for our local services as well as for online sales, our email marketing, okay? And he talks about it in there, the scraping, sending cold emails. Look, even with a 1% conversion on cold emails, the revenue just speaks for itself. We've had $10,000 months, $20,000 months in sales just from cold emails. So have at it. And that's in online stuff, not even talking about service-based stuff. It works just as well with our services. But let me tell you some other things that we've implemented of his that are service. Wind back the clock way back before I had Hormozi's book or read any of it or even heard of him. I was doing, when I was doing some insurance, a lot of the insurance guys, they do basically cold calls. And I thought, well, there's got to be a better way to do that than this. And my better way was DMing people on social media. And it worked. It did work. It's probably worked better than cold call. Didn't work as good as you'd like anything to work. It wasn't like people fall in your lap, but it worked. I could drum up business. I could create revenue. I could inject money into my business. So we've used that approach with our legal document business too. So we will, periodically, usually things are flowing really good. We have a lot of SEO that we've done, and we do have paid ads that are definitely our weaker point, but that work. We've got ones that have worked that we dialed in, and I'll tell you a little bit about some of those in a minute. Direct messaging. We've had periods of time, even like the holidays, where it kind of can slow down, where we just got into social media and started messaging people almost verbatim what his recommended script is in there, and lo and behold, it drums up business every time. So Hormozi recommends you DMing, getting in the habit of DMing 100 people a day to build that skill. And I tend to agree that there is a skill. There's a bit of a finesse to how you're going to communicate with people. And I like his approach to that. It seems to come across very genuine and authentic. All of the things that he says in his video, I generally tend to agree with. I find him to be harsh. He's like that loving but realistic veteran war grandfather that just, is grizzled. I like that about him, but so I can see where some of that, to some people, they might not like that approach. Another thing that I liked, and this is the brilliance of simplicity. He says, odds are you've got stuff in your business that is already working, and you should do more, better, faster of those things. And that is true. We've done exactly that. We've looked at our business and we've looked at where we get leads and revenue from. And we said, all right, well, these things work. Yeah, we've got new skills to learn, but can we do more, better, faster of the marketing methods that we know work? And sure enough, results in more revenue, just like he says. Now, another thing that he said, I caught on one of his lectures that blew my mind. I had to soak this over again. And this just, it hit me, was he was talking about like skill stacking. So he said, I had at a point, when he had his gym, I had this level 10 skill of marketing, and I was using it on a level 1 service, like on a gym, when I could be applying that to something that was a much higher valued service. And when I heard that, I stepped back and I reflected on some of my own businesses and had to go, well, why are you applying a lot of skill that you've acquired to services that don't pay as much as other services you can offer, or that you have the ability to easily offer? And that created like a paradigm shift for me. I started to look at, okay, well, why am I doing that? Why don't I take these skills that I've learned and I've honed and start applying it to different verticals? And lo and behold, that has again jacked up the revenue, because now I'm marrying a marketing skill set to a high value service skill set. And when you do that, then you see the income come up even more. I really like that idea. Now let me tell you about what we're doing right now. One of the things that we've done is, and we play around with all kinds of ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, Hormozi's a big advocate of just you got to test, 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 test. And admittedly, I don't have a lot of patience for that, or I can get frustrated with that, especially when you see your ad spend burn. But we have had success by testing and testing and retesting, but which has led us to one of our newest discoveries, which is actually where we have figured out how to use YouTube ads to grow your channel, but get paid to grow your channel with the YouTube ads. And how we're doing that is we've audited core videos that have the highest subscription, but they're also attached to a core product offer. And then we're just running in-feed ads to those. So those increase both the subscription count as well as result in sales that then effectively makes it to where we're getting paid to grow our channel. It's pretty cool. I'm going to have videos coming out in the near future about some of our video marketing, just like local service stuff, like how we're applying it and how it's working like crazy. And I'll probably show some of the different paid ad things that we've tinkered around with, just like I just mentioned, coming out here in the near future. So if you'd like more of this, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, share. If you have read any of Hormozi's books, like 100 Million Leads, let me know. Let me know what you thought of it. If you haven't, I will put a link in the description for you to go get a copy of this. Get a copy of this book, read it again, take notes, try a fraction of what he recommends in it. You will not be disappointed. Alex Hormozi, thank you for producing these brilliant pieces of content. If you ever watch this, you are awesome. That's my 2 cents. We'll see you on the next one.